You're listening to the Superpower Podcast, Superpower Kids Edition, where author, philanthropist, and Superpower Kids founder Neva Lee Recla inspires kids to discover their superpowers and change the world.
Hi kids, this is your superpower kid, Neva Lee Recla. And today we have on our show a celebrity guest, Reef Karim. And I'm super excited. Today we'll be talking with Reef about life design for successful entrepreneurs. So Reef is a neuroscientist and he's a human behavior expert. His power statement is don't be afraid to show who you really are. And he's been on Oprah, Dr. Oz, CNN, and many, many more TV shows. And most importantly, he's a storyteller, and he's a life designer, and he helps people design their lives. So without further ado, will you help me welcome our very cool guest, Reef Karim. Hi, Reef.
Hi, how are you doing? Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you so much for coming on my show. I'm super excited.
Yeah, me too.
So, what are your superpowers?
So I've been fortunate enough to have a bunch of experiences and training that all combined gives me one special superpower. So my superpower is I'm like an emotional detective. And yeah, it's cool, right? And I can figure out what's stopping somebody from achieving the life that they want. What are those obstacles, and how do you transform yourself past those obstacles?
Yeah.
My background is I'm a medical doctor, and I'm a psychiatrist, and I have specialty training in relationships and addiction and personal development. And I'm also Indian, which I think gives me a little instant spiritual street cred, and I can like see into people. Yeah, right? Thumbs up on that.
Thumbs up.
The combination just helps me really understand and read people well.
That's cool. I really like that. Yeah, I think it's important, especially what you're doing, is figuring out what's stopping people from being who they are. Because with me, it's like, how are you living life if you're not who you are, you know? That's why I talk a lot on my show about if people are criticizing me, because I've been criticized many a times, how I don't take it as much as an offense as I do as it's teaching me. Like, it's teaching me to love myself even more, you know? So what does life designer mean?
Yeah, it's a good question. So life designer essentially means someone that can be your guide. And that guide could be in person, it could be online, it could be speaking at live events. It's somebody who, I've had the opportunity to blend neuroscience, psychology, philosophy, spirituality, and creativity into a platform. So I have this platform on how to design your life utilizing those methods. And it's a 6-step platform, and that's really helped a lot of people. And I want people to be able to find their authentic selves and also be able to express it. Because so many people are afraid to express themselves. I mean, you're so fortunate. You're 8 years old, and you're sitting here in the heart of your expression, dressed the way you're dressed, doing what you're doing. You know, you're ahead of your time. And I wish more adults could express themselves the way that you're expressing yourself now.
Well, thank you. There's a lot of people that they're scared to be themselves because they don't know what other people think about them. And I look back about who I used to be, and I used to be really shy. I didn't like to talk and stuff because I used to be really afraid. Like, what the heck? What if people judge me? And now I think, so what? If I'm being me, I love me, I'm okay with who I am, who cares about what the world thinks, you know?
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage to do that.
It does.
A lot of courage.
It's really hard.
And especially when for kids, it's a little easier to stop the patterns. Like we develop these patterns, what in the psychology world, the conditioning, fear conditioning that you develop over time. And I think for kids, if they have good role models, good parenting, and they're courageous, they can stop those patterns. But like for adults, there are so many adults that have just been beat up over their fears,
Yeah.
getting what they want and being scared and having all these pressures that they become like zombies. They're just like, they're mummies. They're just walking like back and forth in
Like
life.
a TV show. Like you have to be told what to say.
Yeah, and they're on autopilot, and I just want to shake them and like wake them up. So I feel like it's possible, and that's what I've dedicated my life to, is transforming people to move past where they are now and to achieve what they're looking for.
That's awesome. So what is it like to be on TV? Because I still have a dream of getting on TV, so I'm very curious.
Well, I think you're far along your way. Being on TV is really cool. I've had the opportunity to do it as a doctor, like being on, Oprah and Larry King, and the Today Show, things like that. And I've had the opportunity to be on TV as an actor and as a comic. So where I'm playing other people, like in characters, or I'm playing myself, but I'm making people laugh. So they're all completely different experiences. Like when you're on TV being an expert, you have an opportunity in a big picture perspective to change people's opinions, to inform people, to guide people in whatever it is that they're suffering, the opiate crisis, their confidence and their self-worth, their relationships, their family life, whatever it is. And when you're playing a character, it's really cool because, I always say you can never have enough experiences in one lifetime. So when you're playing somebody else, like you're playing the king of a country, or, you're playing like a peasant, or you're playing a mafia person, or you're playing like, you get in the mind of that kind of person, and you try to become that person while you're on camera. And that's really fun.
Yeah, it's really cool. Something I tell people, especially my parents, is I say, I want to go on a TV show or a movie just so I can beat someone up.
You want to be in an action movie?
Yeah, I want to be in like a cool stunt movie because you can do drastic things, but you actually don't hurt yourself or anybody else,
Are you going to have a cape when you do it?
Yes.
Yeah, you're going to be in full costume?
Yes.
Girl power is working very well in movies right now. Like action heroes that are women are really taking off. So I can see that happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I noticed with myself, if I'm like that, where like I say that, so sometimes what I tell people is I say if I'm ever in in a situation where I actually need to be tough and powerful and beat someone up, I will do that, because I trust my body. But then I also know that if I'm not in that situation, I don't have to do that,
Yeah, it's like you have the superpower, but you don't need to share it with the world unless you really need to share it. It's like
exactly.
And it gives you that inner confidence. I think that's a really good point. Like when people develop whatever their superpower is, it's like this internal confidence that they walk around life with. And they don't need to put it out there unless they need to put it out there. But it gives you a lot of self-esteem, self-worth, and confidence.
I agree. So we actually need to take a quick break, but we've been talking with Dr. Reef Karim about life design and successful entrepreneurs. We'll be right back.
Are you here to change the world? Do you talk about things like vibration, frequency, awakening, and consciousness? Are you pretty sure you have superpowers? The Superpower Net is unlike normal coaching programs and conscious communities. We provide training, intuitive guidance, peer-to-peer learning, intensive one-on-one coaching, and a high vibrational network of people just like you. When you join the net, you get 24/7 access to a collaborative group of people who support you as you master your personal power and unlock your superpowers. If you're ready to use your superpowers to change the world, then join the Superpower Net today. Visit superpowerexperts.com/thenet to learn more.
Okay, we're back and we've been talking with Dr. Reef Karim about life design for successful entrepreneurs. So, really fast, when you were a kid, did you design your life? Did you always know that you were a life designer?
It's a good question. My story is that no, I did not have any say in my life growing up.
Wow.
And I think that's how I became who I am today, is that, you know, in my family, my family was first generation immigrants here from overseas. Originally, I'm Indian, and I'm the eldest son in an Indian family. And my parents are like, the day I was born, my dad made an announcement to like all these relatives. And he was like, everyone gather around, gather around. I have decided he will be a doctor. And everyone starts clapping. He's like, nurse, when will he be delivered? Like, he claimed I was going to be a doctor before I was born.
Before you even born?
I wasn't even born yet. And like, people would cut, you know, like my dad would creep up to my crib late at night and he would whisper, doctor, doctor, doctor. Every Halloween, they dressed me up as a doctor. Every birthday, I didn't get Legos or like cool gifts. I got medical equipment. Like, for your 5th birthday, we got you an otoscope so you can look at people's ears. Like, it was ridiculous.
How is a 5-year-old supposed to learn how to be a doctor?
No, right? And what 5-year-old wants to be a doctor? So
what if they want to be an astronaut?
I know, or like anything. And so anything else. So I was forced to, you know, and I was a really creative kid. I could dance, I could play music, I was a really good actor. I would do like these comedic videos. And I really wanted to go into the arts and the creative world. But my parents were like, no, you're going to be a doctor. You're going to be a doctor. And the reason is...
Was one of them a doctor?
Yeah. My dad's director of research at a... Exactly. My mom's a nurse, and they know medicine. So when I popped out and I was like this creative kid, they thought I was like an alien. They were like, what is this thing? We don't know what this thing is. And it was just like a foreign concept to them. So they went out of their way to redirect me into the career that they felt was safe and conservative and normal. And the word normal drives me insane. I think it is
finally someone that gets me.
It is the worst. I mean, outside of swear words, it is like the worst word in the English.
It is. It is like, in my house, if someone calls me an alien, someone calls me weird, someone calls me crazy. Like, my friends are calling me crazy, and I'm like, thank you. That's the nicest thing I've heard all day. Like, to me, normal is offensive.
I agree. It's like, it's one of the most limiting words that you can possibly say to someone.
Yeah, exactly.
By saying, I just wish I was normal, essentially you're saying, I'm giving up on my life. I'm giving up on my individuality. I'm giving up on my ability to be different and unique. And I just want to fit in like everybody else.
Exactly. Like, I'd rather be myself and not fit in than not be myself and everyone talk to me. You know? As you were speaking, I just got a hit to share this with you. So when I was still in my mom's stomach, a lot of people would stop her in, like, in the streets and stuff when they were walking and say, do you know who you're birthing? And she would go back and talk to my dad and be like, am I birthing Jesus? And I have 2 really funny stories when I was little. First one, I think we're in a market or something. And this little girl, I would say she's around 10 or something, she comes up, picks me up, and tries to walk out of the store with me.
What?
And, like, I was, like, 2. And the mom starts crying. Not my mom, but her mom starts bawling. And they're speaking another language.
Your mom was okay.
She was okay. She knew I was fine.
Yeah.
And they're speaking another language, and I think they're speaking Spanish because my mom understands it.
Okay.
And, like, saying, put the baby down. And my mom, like, knew I was okay, and I'm just like, okay. And so it's really weird that this girl, like, legit had to have me.
Wow.
And, and there's another time where my mom was holding me, and this woman comes up to her and says, can I touch her? Is she real? And mom goes, my daughter? She's like, can I touch her? And so she's touching me and stuff, like, wondering if I'm a doll.
Wow.
And it was so weird to hear that. And there's actually been times where I've been like at networking events, and people have legit like not even knew I was there. And there was a time where like I was sitting down and this woman was talking with my dad. She reaches across from me, like all the way over me. Like if I'm sitting, she reaches her arm over me to put her drink down. Like not even saying excuse me or anything. I'm like,
wow,
dude. I'm thinking to myself, do you know I exist?
Yeah. Hello.
Do you know I'm breathing? So that's why, but part of the reason I do what I do is I feel like sometimes kids, they're not treated like humans, they're treated because you're little. You don't get to be treated the way adults do, so that's why I do what I do. So I would like to share with you, I'm writing a book called When Pigs Fly, and it's actually a parent's guide to inspire young entrepreneurs. And I'm teaching parents in that book, in order for your kid to do amazing things and believe in themselves and do the amazing things they want to do, the parent has to believe in their kids first. Because I'm writing a book, I'm creating a course, I'm doing a podcast, I'm doing a bunch of things, but if my parents didn't believe me, I wouldn't be able to do it.
Yep.
So I'm teaching parents on how to do that. And fun fact, I've actually been talking with parents. I've talked to them before. I've told them like what I do, and they've actually said, oh, my kid can't do that.
Oh.
My kid can never pull that off. And that is legit the most irritating thing to ever come out of someone's mouth.
Yeah, that's the word.
It's like, and then part of the reason I'm writing the book and saying what I say is because that makes me think I don't want to do this now because other kids are discriminated. They're put down because the parent thinks that they can't do it. So that's why I totally believe in younger, shorter people empowerment,
And you know why those parents say that? They don't.
Why?
The majority of the time, it has nothing to do with the kid. It's all about the parent. The parent doesn't believe in themselves, and their kid is a reflection of them, so they don't believe in their kid. So it's
easier to take it out on someone else than yourself.
Yeah, and not only
just own up to it.
That kid not getting the positive reinforcement, the change, which I think is really good, you're writing the book, the change needs to come from the parent and to empower that kid to be more courageous and live in discomfort a little bit and try new things.
Exactly. That is perfect. That's exactly what I believe. So, when kids want to do amazing things in the world and their parents either don't know how to believe in them or they just don't, what advice do you have for them so that they can believe in themselves and they can do what they need to do?
It's really tough. I think that if you have a parent that, in my case, my parents were pretty negative about me doing creative things. And I think it really repressed that side of me, that creative side of me. They were terrified of me doing television. They were terrified of me dancing, of acting, of doing anything. So it took me a long time in my adult life to get courageous enough to get to the point where I could do it. So the first thing I would tell kids is it's never too late. Like you could do it at 8, you could do it at 18, you could do it at 28, 38, 48. It's never too late to follow your dreams. That's the first thing, because your circumstances might make it where you can't do it at 8 because of a monetary reason or a lack of support.
Yeah, because maybe you want to be like an astronaut. You can't be 8 years old to be an astronaut. Like, that's illegal, So if you want to do something, and sometimes you have to wait,
Yeah, so have patience and don't be afraid to wait. But a big thing is you have to develop resilience. So your ability to handle discomfort is literally like the key to success. Because if you can handle a little bit of, ooh, I'm kind of nervous right now. I don't know how I'm going to do. I'm trying out this podcast thing and it's kind of scary, right? Or I'm
Me
trying.
in every interview. I'm always scared that I'm going to mess up, but I keep on doing it because I love it.
Yeah. Or I've wanted to try baseball, but I have no idea if I'm good at it. Or I've wanted to interview someone, but I'm really scared. This is an adult. What do I do with it? Like, just being able to overcome your fears is so important. And, the third thing I would say is I've built an entire platform off of the expression, say no to normal. Say no to normal. Don't be normal. Be you. That's my book. That's my speaking, my signature speaking talk. That's the TED Talk I'm putting together. It's all about getting rid of the word normal.
It should even be a part of someone's vocabulary.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you and I are
Normal
like
who?
mind melting here. Like, we're in the exact same space on this word.
I'm now going to write a book called Normal Who.
There you go.
It's going to be my new book.
Yeah,
Okay,
and I think,
so we
there's an entire science to having this platform of wanting to be normal.
exactly.
There's literally like a normal mindset in your brain that needs to be completely changed and adjusted and transformed to be able to take you to the place you want to go.
Yeah. Something I actually say in my book is weird is my normal. That's what I say. It is. Yep.
I like it.
So we actually need to do funny FaceTime.
Okay.
So you have to make your funniest face in 3, 2, 1. Okay. So we're going to do fun super Neva questions.
Okay.
It's like a supernova, but better. So,
Okay.
You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
You have to answer these questions as fast as you can.
Okay.
Ready?
I don't have a cape, but I have this thing. It's like I'm going to wear it like a handkerchief. It's a color.
You can do that.
Okay, here we
Nailed
go.
it.
You ready?
Okay. What's your favorite color?
Light blue.
What's your favorite animal?
Monkey.
If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Ooh, that's hard. I really like Rio de Janeiro because I'm a dancer and I like Brazil for its passion.
I love that you're a dancer because I love to dance.
Oh, really?
And sing. Yes, that is me.
I dance more than I sing.
I would say I sing probably most of my day.
Wow.
If I'm not playing Minecraft or watching YouTube or watching Netflix, I'm singing.
Or hosting a podcast.
Hosting a podcast.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, just another day.
It's just a regular day.
Yeah.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be and why?
The first thing that comes to my mind is either invisibility or flying, but I think
you can choose both because those are my two.
But I actually have a different one. Those are the two that first come to my mind. The superpower I'd like to have in the world is to be able to heal others through my voice. Like if I could just talk to people and heal them, that would be amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah. I think people do that every day. As long as you're coming from your heart and your mind. Well, not your mind, because sometimes bad things come from that. But your heart and your soul, I think you can change the world through that.
That's the goal. Yeah.
Yeah. If you could say one thing to kids that are being bullied, what would it be?
That are being bullied. Find your identity. And what that means is find out who you are by seeing what you like and what you're good at and build a community of friends around that thing that you're good at and that you like. Because that will shield you from bullying, because then you have a strong core and people can't penetrate that mental core.
Exactly. Me, I have my what I love to do, and I have a lot of trouble finding friends that actually do what I do or believe in me, you know?
You mean that wear capes and do podcasts?
Exactly. So I have this one friend in particular that she's like the most, her name is Callista. She's the most loyal friends like you could ever have. Like if our friend one time, our other friends were going to the pool. I said, "Are you going with them?" She said, "Not if you go." I said, "Well, you can go. You can go if you want." She said, "No, Neva, you're too good of a friend to me." So I thought that was really cool. So
yeah.
So she's really loyal. Ooh, if you could be any inanimate object, what would it be?
Oh my God. I would be an old school microphone.
Ooh.
You know those microphones like from the 50s that are like on a stand and they're totally silver and they were used in the old broadcasting days? And I would want to be behind, to be able to listen by being the mic to all these different people that are speaking into this mic that have their own point of view and their own opinion.
That's awesome. I love that idea. There's actually a microphone that Japan made. It's a microphone, a karaoke mic, that if you're shy and you don't want people to hear your singing voice, it's like a cup that goes around a microphone, so you just sing as loud as you want. No one hears it. Which I don't really get, because it's like, if no matter what other people think, if you like to sing. But it's like, I guess if you're shy and you want to get over it and sing in front of people, without singing in front of people, do it. Yeah. It's really weird. Let me think. If you could be any food, what would it be? I'd be a cheeseburger.
You'd be a cheeseburger? Huh.
They're really yummy.
They are yummy.
But I guess I'd want to be like the grossest thing so no one would eat me.
Yeah.
So it's live longer. I would say broccoli, but I like broccoli.
Ooh, you like broccoli?
I do.
It's an acquired taste.
And I like raw broccoli.
Yeah? Raw?
I don't like raw. I like cooked.
Oh, you like cooked?
Nice cooked.
I would be Creole chicken because I would be spicy, passionate, flavorful, and I love Southern food. So that's the combo I'm going to go with.
Awesome. If you could be any animal, what would it be? Like, even if it's like a unicorn, what animal would it be?
I think too many people pick a unicorn. I really like a monkey. I've always, I don't know, I think it's my Chinese symbol too, but monkeys are really curious. They just want to know what's up. They're just kind of trying to figure things out. They're like these little psychiatrists, like little animal creatures that just kind of check things out, and when they feel like making noises, they make weird noises. They don't care. Monkeys do not care what other people think of them. Where are other monkeys?
I mean, they steal someone's banana.
Yeah, they don't care.
They don't care.
They
would probably jump in your swimming pool if they wanted to.
Yeah, they'll like pick things out of their ears. They'll make like weird monkey noises. They'll steal things. They don't care. They're just like being themselves.
I want to be a monkey.
Yeah. See, I convinced you.
You convinced me. Okay. Would you rather be a dragon or a fairy?
Dragon jumps out at me. I mean, maybe it's because I'm a guy. I don't know. Or maybe because I like Game of Thrones. I'm not sure what it is, but the dragon sounds really cool. I can breathe fire when I feel like it. I mean, it's like literally having a barbecue in your body at all times.
This meat is a little raw.
Yeah, you want to char something? If something's undercooked, I mean, it's you. You'd be the life of the party.
Like if someone grills for you and you're like, oh, this is a little undercooked, and they're like, oh, let me go toss that back on the grill. You could be like, oh, never mind.
Yeah,
I like that.
You'll be the life of the party. Nobody needs to grill anymore. They just invite you.
Like, who needs a grill?
Yeah.
If I was a dragon, I would blow into little cans and sell my cans of fire. So people could have fire.
That's the entrepreneur 8-year-old in you.
Yep. Because no more grills. No more wasting electricity for warmth. Done and done.
That's true.
Awesome. Well, you nailed that.
If you were in a time machine, you could go back in time before they invented fire, and you could like help people out.
Yes. Or I'd go around helping homeless people because they're cold.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, you nailed that. So let's remind people where they can go to find out more about you.
Okay. So my website is reefkarim.com, reefkarim.com. And, I have something that might help out people that are watching or listening. I have an ebook on 5 ways to transform your life by saying no to normal. So essentially, it's 5 ways you can totally transform your life. And if you go to reefkarim.com/say no to normal, you can download that ebook. And I really want everyone to feel confident in their true self and to truly express themselves with
I love that.
full passion.
I love that. Well, you did amazing. So would you like to join me in the sign off?
Absolutely. Let's do this.
All right. Remember, kids, we all have superpowers and we can change the world. Awesome. Thank you so much, Reef.
Thanks for having me.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Superpower Up Podcast, Superpower Kids Edition. Go now to superpowerkids.com and discover your superpowers today.